name is Sunkanmi Olajide.
Okay.
Well, I'm from Ekiti State.
Wow.
I grew up in Ondo State because while
Okay.
we were growing up, Ekiti Ondo
Yeah.
were together. I think we were already in our 20s before the creation of Ekiti. So then my mom fell on the part of Ondo, then my dad Ekiti.
Wow.
The journey has been, a roller coaster. All right, so here we are. Right now, I live in Magodo GRA too.
Wow.
Yeah. But I mean, that was just last year that we moved there. Been living here and there in this part of Lagos. The last place I lived before moving there was Atira or Mexico Road,
Wow.
which is close to the current business center that we both are having this conversation in. I attended our Saviour's Primary School that's in Idonri, part of Ondo State. Then furthermore, I went to Ebongi Comprehensive Secondary School, Alade, the same Idonri, also part of Ondo State. And then I went to Ondo State Polytechnic for my OND. Then afterwards, I went to University of Jos. That's where I graduated.
Wow.
And so what I do now, like you said, well, I am a business person. Currently, this place you are, I own it.
Wow.
It's an hospitality business
Wow.
where we have, it's like a one-stop business, like a business complex, where we have a compilation of about 7 businesses,
Wow.
starting from a lounge, bar, restaurant, lodge, salon and spa, self-wash laundry,
Wow.
and we have bakery.
Wow.
So it's a one-stop and then a car wash also. That's what we do where we are right now. Mine is not different from every successful businesses out there. The first thing that the young people have to understand and put in their minds is that no success comes without challenges, especially in the country where we find ourselves, Nigeria. It's always very challenging. You know. Here, for instance, let me use this place as a case study. We started this place about 3 years ago. You know, starting from the government, there was a time that this place was under lockdown for 6 months. You know, because the government were expecting that you have to get this in place, which we were aware. But because there were other factors preventing us from doing the needful. You go here, they said the place we are trying to build this business is not approvable. But the agencies are also out there. Now we're talking about on the side of the government now. So the government in this country, I learned that they really don't give so much consideration to private business owners. All right, they think that whatever it takes, you must dance to their tune. Whether it helps your business to boom, whether it helps your business to establish or not, they want you to dance to the tune of the government. I'm not against that, but at the same time, I think that that has been a huge challenge onto this business coming to establishment now. Because at that point, and we went to different sectors trying to resolve the matter, and then you hear that, well, whether your business or your location is approvable or not, the most important is that you must pay certain amount to the government before you are able to, or you are allowed to establish. And then you ask how, sometimes they give you a sovereign, amount of money, which at that point, combining with what you have on ground to establish the business, you cannot afford it. You understand? So, but in the long run, you don't have a choice. That was why I said earlier we were under blockage by the state government, Lagos state government, for like 6 months. But as God would have it, we walked through it because we were determined to bring the business to establishment, and then we're committed to, especially the community. You understand? Because we felt like we hold the community the responsibility. At the time we came around here, the whole place were like desolated. You understand? And then the moment we started this business, it was like a life to the community area. So that alone was under a huge consideration for us on our own part. So we were under that compilation, and we were being pushed by that, aspiration that, okay, fine, the community is looking forward to having this place established so the community can come on map. Because there are a lot, just like this place, there are other areas of Lagos State that are more like being abandoned by the government, maybe by lack of infrastructure, lack of social amenities that would have brought the area on the map or for recognition. This was part of it, one of those areas. But we felt like, okay, we hold that much responsibility. And at the time this happened, we had already gone so far, committed a whole lot of funds that we even borrowed from the bank. Do you understand? There were a lot of challenges. The community also would come with theirs because they also want you, because you are an investor in the area, they want to feel your impact. What do you have to do also to appreciate them and to come, aboard and be part of the development in that area? All this you have to put into consideration. Do you understand? But as God would have it, we came over those challenges, the community challenges now, and the state government challenges, even the local government challenges. We came over them. We had an understanding, which was, a soft landing, as I would put it. And then we scraped through it before eventually we were able to establish it, and then the business was opened last year, September. Well, first is determination. And second of all is, or maybe I would have put this first, your faith. Because if not, because I'm very firm in my faith in Christ, I would have left this place, abandoned it when I had those challenges. You know what it means for your business to be on hold for 6 months? That's half a year. Wow. Maybe even whatever amount you put aside or you borrow from a bank would have even been tampered with. But because we had that faith to always come back to that, okay, before I embarked on this journey, I seek the face of God. And he said, go ahead. Alright? But even as you were being told go ahead, didn't mean that you weren't going to encounter certain challenges. Yeah. But God said, don't worry. At the end of the day, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Secondly, determination. Alright? Because we felt like I said, you hold a whole lot of people responsibilities. You understand? A duty to offer employment to certain people. Because the moment we started building this place from the scratch, we started employing. Yeah. Like the guards, security guards, we had to employ the likes of JTF, that is the community policing and all of that. So that we had about 4 of them were paying salary on a monthly basis. Wow. We started employing from the scratch. So at that point, you felt like you couldn't go back because you're already on the set to being an employer of labor. All right, and then the envision in your head, the dreams that you already drew before you even came into the business, is like a propel behind you. You just want to stay through. Do you understand? So I advise the young people, first of all, to be determined and then to have passion. When you have passion, it helps you to overcome whatever challenges that crosses your way. You see, there's this saying that it is what you bought that you sell.
Yeah.
Alright. Apart from you being determined, you also have to be somebody who is educated with the environment, with the current situation, economic situation. What that means is that this is, like I said, is hospitality business. Yeah. You look at how much are you putting into managing the business, running costs, the staff payments, daily expenses. When you are able to define that, then it makes it a bit easier for you to be able to deduce whether the business is profitable for you to keep on. Do you understand? But in our own case, and especially because of the environment that we find ourselves, is even tougher, because here, this is the mainland, then Ikorodu access, as you can see. The same product that we sell here at 200 naira is being sold at 650, 800 outside this area. Do you understand? And then sometimes even when people come, they still complain that, oh, you find yourself around Ikorodu area. Even though you make the place, you beautify the place, you give it a standard that is found outside even Nigeria, it doesn't matter because they feel you are within this vicinity. They expect you to have a limited cost for everything that you do. But first of all, we have to devise a means to manage our customers, all right, and then give them an understanding that, well, even though we find ourselves in this environment, we still buy the same thing that is bought by other people outside this environment. So it's imperative for us to also keep a line for us to make a little profit, because we still have to pay the staffs.
Yeah.
You understand? Like us now, we have staff quarters.
Wow.
We give our staff like 1 square daily meal.
Wow.
You understand? Sometimes we even have to dance to their personal needs,
Wow.
because we believe that when they are comfortable, then the business is growing. You understand? So this compiled together is not something we can talk about in years, but then the long and short of it is that we have been able to manage ourselves within the environment we find ourselves to push on, and then God has been helpful. First of all, it depends on the network that you have and the kinds of people you keep around you. Before here, we've been, at a level where the same people you talk about are now, currently. So we've had an understanding. Those who have trusted you from little will have to trust you with even a bigger one. You understand?
Yeah.
We just do our best. All right? But the most important thing that we do is encourage them to not just rely on asking, begging, to also try and find out their own strength, and then go for it. Because we believe that as youths, as young Nigerians, we are the only ones that we have for ourselves.
Yeah.
In the face of the type of government that we have, the only people that we have is ourselves. So instead of us to turn our backs on those who depend on us or who believe solely on us, we just encourage them. We do the little we can if there's any request, by doing as much as we can afford. And because we already have, like I said, an understanding, it is not just today that we have ourselves. All right? There are times that even though you feel that those people are not as influential or as opportune as you are, we also need them.
Yeah.
Sometimes we reach out to them in their areas of expertise.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Seek out. Sometimes a little advice from people in a particular field can help you go a long way.
Yeah.
So we have them, it's vice versa. It is not just them asking us for help. We also need them sometimes. But like I said, most importantly, we try to encourage them not to just be totally dependent on those they feel have it all. Because the inside is not the way they look at it from the outside. And as God will have it, we have such people around us who understand, believe, and trust in whatever it is that we say to them. But in all, we do our best.
All right.
Oh well, I didn't grow up in Lagos.
Okay.
I already told you where I school, so
Yeah.
that will tell you where I grew up from.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in Ondo State. My father was a retired teacher, farmer, and all of that. So I grew up a farmer's son.
Wow.
You understand?
That's
So-
that's the same thing with Bill Gates.
Yeah.
He was a
I
son.
grew up
He's a son of a farmer too.
son.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's refreshing. Sometimes when I drive around some rural areas and I see live corn growing, I'm like, wow. I remember it helps me to remember my childhood,
Yeah.
and I want to really explore it. But more importantly, it's been the same. Let's not deceive ourselves.
Wow.
The same system we have now, I would say, is the same as I was growing.
Wow.
Unfortunately, the area of the government might be a bit different because they tend to forget their upbringing. All right. But for me, I see myself as the same as the next person sitting by my side. Even when I go to a rural area, I tell you what, my background I'm always proud of. Reason being that today, if there are no farmers in Nigeria,
Yeah.
feeding will be extremely tough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
The north, they produce a whole lot of this, farm produce. It's helpful. So it's not something I want to detach myself from. And it's still one of the things I want to invest in the nearest future.
Wow.
God help. So farming is life, it's everything. Abroad, anywhere you go, You cannot do without it. And that is my background, and I'm so proud of it. We're still very much in touch with our background. Alright. I'll tell you that I still have about 80% of my childhood friends in contact with me.
Wow.
Yeah. Then the schools that I went through, I'm still very much intact with them. I try to be the best I can, give back as much as I can afford. Sometimes, reunions here and there, we try to attend when we're available. We still have that friendship. We never, detached
All right.
from one another. So it's still all good.
All right.
As God would have it, success is not limited to location.
True.
There are some people, some of my friends, who are still located in the same area and who are doing very well for themselves. Some of those who have big, beautiful dreams, beautiful concepts, and have turned the same area to beautiful area, improved in their own capacity. So even though we from afar, from Lagos now, may not really have like a commercial impact in that area, but we're so proud of some of us that still have, and they are doing the best they can in turning the area to an unhabitable area where people are proud to go and even have something. There are a lot of people from Lagos that goes back to Ondo State, Ekiti State, where you have Ikogosi, all those beautiful resorts. People are there doing that beautiful thing. So the area, the whole lot I can't begin to mention. Do you understand? But I tell you what, they are mainly channeled by those people who believed that their success is lying in that area, that never left. And that's why I told you we are still in touch. These guys are doing beautiful work, male, female. So sometimes when we find ourselves in those areas, we visit them and we're proud of them. Well, I grew up from a very average, decent, and reserved family. Like I said, everybody will understand what it meant for me to have a father who was a teacher, and of course, it wasn't as light as I am on my own children now, because then the perception, the beliefs, and the training, the upbringing of offsprings are different entirely. So it was tough, but that's what has shaped us to be who we are today. And I still take from that lesson, the upbringing. I still take from it, try to inculcate it in my own children. All right, because like they say, lion give birth to goat, or I don't know.
Lions don't give birth to goats.
Goat.
Yes.
But then nowadays you see that most people, because they are who they are. Look at our leaders now. Most of them grew up without sandals, school sandals and all of that. And today they are rulers. They are community rulers, national rulers, global rulers. But then you ask yourself, where are their own children? All right. So for a person, I don't ignore the kind of upbringing that I had, because it has helped me a whole lot. It was a kind of upbringing that would have given you a liberation and a sense of, independence. You want to do things without anybody holding your hand to it. All right. You are left to fetch for yourself. Do you understand? To become who you want to become, without being petty, without being pushed as such. So that is the kind of upbringing that I had. And by God's grace, I'm trying to also put the same in my own children, so that they don't feel like the world is a bed of roses. So I had that upbringing. At that point, I felt it was too harsh. But at the end of the day, I came back to appreciate it. If I had been taught differently, maybe I wouldn't even be who I am today. Here in this place now, I do almost everything. If I look for a plumber, I don't see plumber, I go there myself and do it. If I look for electrician, if I don't get, I go there and do it. You know. So these are the things that were inculcated in us, and it has been so helpful. And I advise every parent also to put that back into their own children because it helps a lot. Oh, well. That, because this interview is coming up like, unexpectedly. And you don't have this list, handy. I might not be able to mention all the names of people that God has sent my way, to help in the journey of my life. But I believe that even if I don't remember to mention names, they know I truly appreciate them. And there's no way in the world I will forget them. First of all, I want to thank the Almighty God who had made the journey tough yet very easy. Secondly, I want to thank my wife. She's been everything, my children. Then goes to my mom, my mother. I lost my father a long time ago.
Wow.
But then shout out to him too. He was a role model. My mom also, she's been there. She's been a mother that would not, tell you blue is black, black is white. And that has really helped in shaping us to who we are today. And then friends, I've come across a lot of friends in the little journey of my life. I can't begin to mention them. There are a whole lot of them. But some of these same people we are still together today. I have a whole lot of them as role models. Some of them also see me as role models. We are still together, we're in good times. We appreciate each other, and then we share business ideas. We try to copy good style from each other or one another, and then we try to push for better. So here in Nigeria, I have a few of them on my list. Abroad, outside this country, I have a few of them. Those who have been there when I felt like, I was lost. A whole lot of them. Then come to spiritual fathers. I have a few of them too. I'm a Christian. I attend the Redeemed Christian Church of God, and I have a few pastors who became a father or fathers, then friends, and brothers. And their advice, prayers, guidance has been so helpful. So I want to say thank you to all of them, and that I will never for 1 minute take their help for granted, no matter how long I go.
Thank you very much.